New Year's Eve here in the UK. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so Happy New Year to our friends in Australia. Just scraped the car, it's 0 degrees, it's freezing, and we're back at Castle Combe. But we need to move on and get into the sunshine, because it looks warm over there. I don't think I'll ever tire of this view. And this is just the first one on our dog walk. The moon's still out there. Meanwhile, the long shadows. Okay, we leave the sheep field behind us and we go through all these lovely hazelwood trees. That's where we got the hazel last year for the Christmas tree. And onwards we go on the Castle Combe loop. Right, lovely little dirt track. It's nice and dry. We do love this in winter. And again, we've still got all these hazel sticks. Look how straight they are. Absolutely beautiful. A couple of little landmarks for the tourists. Across this bridge, beautiful river. There's a public footpath that way, which Chunky's looking at, but we prefer a glimpse of the Cotswolds. Welcome to the Cotswolds. Absolutely beautiful. A busy day on the route to Castle Combe. So this is Longdean Mill, up for sale currently for 1.9 million. And being a mill, one of the few houses on this Bybrook River that doesn't flood each year. Okay, that's the end of the uphill bit, I think. More dry paths, more sunshine, and a shady plot with no change from £2 million. But you missed it anyway because it sold last year. Onwards and forwards. Right, Bailey and I call this the Enchanted Forest. Well, we do when it's daylight. We call it the Scary Forest when the sun goes down because it is really dark in here. But it is quite lovely with all the beech leaves on the floor. And we've got new ownership at the end, so I'll tell you about that when we get down there. Right, anybody who's watched previous videos on this channel will know this has all been opened up by Longhorn Wiltshire sheep, which I'm informed are the only sheep that eat brambles. Normally that's the job of a goat, but this all used to be brambles up here on the right, and they've totally cleared it. And then the farmer himself has put new fences down the left hand side here and made the path a little bit wider, which does dry it out quite a bit, with 2 exceptions, which we'll see in a minute. Cheeky little reminder to the tourists that you're out in the country. You would be surprised by the amount of tourists that come down here wearing white trainers. Well, not after this point, admittedly. More uphill. We'll have a pause just up here so we can show you the views. Or at least that's what I'll kid myself we're doing. The reality is, we'll be taking a bit of a break. Okay, I think the sunlight's going to block out your view. At least it does in my eyes. Do love the command wait when it works. And then the walk into Castle Combe with your dog learning how to walk on double yellow lines. And once more into the village of Castle Combe. Lovely. Under what we call a bridge. Okay, so we are around the back of the hotel and the wonderful, wonderful church with its new roof, I believe. And we are now heading up towards the golf course. This is a lovely little bridge. Ooh, down a spooky alley. This is the back of the hotel, just here. We're heading down to the golf course. It's cold and frosty still. We are teeing off here at the 12th at the Manor House Hotel golf course, Castle Combe. Oh dear. Across the golf course. Sound of a river, an easy jet as we walk the public footpath. Oh no! Fallen trees. It's that time of year where Mother Nature has a clear out, doesn't she? Every beautiful Cotswold village has its own beautiful bridge. Castle Combe is no different. Isn't that lovely? And then we have this lovely steep hill. Okay, we've beaten the hill. We are probably not going to beat sunset. This path just feels like it's going on forever. I don't remember it being this long. Gotta love it when your dog blends in with the pathway. That's why we give him a yellow hoop. That's a nice view. He thinks he's going that way, but we're going to go this way. This way! This is me walking ahead of my dog. You don't often see it in the video. You're not going to see it for long here either. At this time of year, we have an impatient moon. The sun hasn't even finished setting yet. And the moon's out. Better get a move on. Cars have their lights on. Lovely. Love winter walking. A little bit more road walking. Quick change in the ears. And there's people ahead. But there we go. That is the last sunset of 2025. As we walk into the darkness and away from Castle Combe for the last time this year. Thank you everybody who's joined us this year. I'm Martin. This is Bailey, always known as the dog with the yellow hoop. Happy New Year. See you in 2026. Lovely. Hope you've enjoyed. See you again.